Claude, good to see you.
Yeah.
Can I ask you first about Jamie Vardy? We didn't see him on the pitch today, or Harry Maguire. Are they okay?
Yeah. Also play okay. We will see about Iniacho because he has broken hand, and we will see if he can play with his injury. We will see this tomorrow on the training session.
What happened with Kelechi and his hand?
I think he fall. It was a better reception in the ground, but it's not an important injury. But we will see if this injury can prevent him to play for this game or no.
Can he play with maybe a cast on it or some sort of protection?
Perhaps we will see. We will see if he can. With some habits, he can play. I think it's not an important injury, but perhaps it's strange to play with these things.
Jamie Vardy scored again for England, a very impressive goal. How good is he, do you think, in international terms? We know how good he is from a Leicester perspective, but compared with other strikers in international football?
Well, of course, it's always important for a striker to score a lot, and then if he can score in any games, in every games, I think it's good for him, good for his squad, for the international, for the national team, and of course for us. I think it's important always for the confidence and to play and for the defenders, because all the defenders, the opponent now. It's difficult to make a marker on Jimmy.
He's scored 5 goals and had 2 assists in 7 games and 7 starting games at Wembley. It's a really impressive record that the Leicester Mercury told us about. I have to give him credit for that. Do you think he's worthy of a starting place for England, even if Harry Kane's playing? Could they play together?
Yeah, I think they can have a good balance, because it's two players with different attributes. It's a good option for the manager, but I don't know. It's a good choice, and it's important for the national team to have different players with different attributes. And I think Jimmy can take the space. It can give good moves, a good opportunity, and. Like his first game, I think I know he cannot touch the ball, for example, but it was important for the team because he gave a good option, good run, good moves for other players, other teammates. It's always important. A player giving good moves behind the defenders. It's always difficult, tough to make a marker on him.
Jamie also said that nobody knows what's going on when VAR is in operation. He said in that particular case, nobody knew what was going on. He's quite critical of it. Having seen it now a few times, what do you think of VAR?
Il a fait une déclaration après, parce qu'il y avait un penalty italien jugé par les images. Après, vous avez expérimenté plusieurs fois maintenant. Quelle est votre opinion sur le VAR?
I think for the future it will be a good thing. For the moment, sometimes it is too late. We lose time to take a decision also, and to take also sometimes a decision like with a movie is difficult. It's always difficult, but we need to take this experience with just 2 or 3 points in the game, and for example for a red card or yellow card, for penalty or not penalty, but not about a lot of things, a lot of moves, because it's important to keep the good rhythm and the good tempo on the game, and always to wait and to lose time, to waste time about this. I think it's difficult. We need to to have more experience with this, and to find the good balance to use this experimentation.
Damari Gray and Ben Chilwell both had the captain's armband for England's under-21s.
Yeah, now it's a mature player.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, no, I think it's a
are
good
they
thing.
are they senior England captains of the future? Those two, do you think? Are they candidates for that role?
I think it's important for Desmarais to be captain. Of course, it's a good thing for the confidence. It's a good thing also to give him more maturity, and he's a young player, but he continued to make progress, to develop, and I think it's important for him and for his future and for us.
How do you see the battle for 7th place in the Premier League now?
I think it's a good thing. It's a good opportunity for us to keep the good concentration, the good focus until the end of the season. If in October we said it was possible to make and to play something at the end of the season, we worked quickly because I think it's a good opportunity. It's fantastic to play the last game with a good challenge, exciting challenge, and of course all this will be a good reward for the squad for all the hard work until now. But we have a difficult schedule, tough teams to play because some teams want, of course, to make their save in the table. Other team to play in the same position like us, and other team to play the Champions League. Of course, it will be a tough game, but exciting challenge, I think, for us. And if we have a minimum of ambition, it's great. It's great to play this possibility, and we have. Each 8 last games will be a tough game, but a qualifier round for this position. We will see. It's a good challenge for us.
Last one from me. Brighton. They've beaten Arsenal. They've beaten Swansea 4-1. They're in a good run of form. How dangerous are they?
I think they secure now their position in the table. They play in the middle of the table. I think now they can play with freedom, with quality, and just thinking about the play and not about their save. And I think it will be a dangerous team. I think their manager made a good work, strong work with this team. They play football. They keep always a good structure. It's good solidity. It's always difficult to play against this team with a good pressing and good balance between open play and solidity with a strong defensive unit. I think it will be a tough game, and against a team in confidence. But I think it's the same thing for us, because we play now after the break, the international break. But our 2 last game was, I think, a 2 good performance, without the good result, of course, against Chelsea. But I think it was a very well game, a match against Chelsea, and now we needed to keep this good momentum and to continue this hard work.
Hi Claude. Adrien Silva played for Portugal again during the international break. His manager's saying he's hoping he'll get more minutes for his club between now and the end of the season. What does he need to do to impress you and make sure he does get regular games between now and the end of the season?
I said it was important to come back with the squad and to have the opportunity to play and to have game time. Of course, after 6 first months difficult for him, we know why. We will see. We need all the squad, all the players to finish stronger this season, and Adrien will be important for us until the end of the season. And just I wanted to give information with Matty James not available for this game because he feels he's tendon and he will be not available. But Adrien, of course, it's a valuable player for us.
Has he surprised you? Has he taken a little bit longer than you hoped to sort of get used to English football? And do you think he's doing that more and more as time goes on?
We will see it. I think training session is different, of course, than games, than Premier League games, and he need like other player to learn the difficulties, the physical work, the powerful and this quality of the Premier League. He has good attributes. He's a good player, and I think he can improve with game time in Premier League.
You've spoken recently about the battle for right back, Danny Lamarty, Danny Simpson. What about on the other side? How do you assess the qualities and how difficult it is to choose between Ben Chilwell and Christian Fuchs?
La difficulté de faire le choix entre Fuchs et Chilwell parce que il y a une bataille pour poste sur côté droite, mais maintenant côté gauche aussi. Comment décider entre les deux? Quelles sont les qualités des deux, de Fuchs et de Ben?
They have different qualities. Christian is an experienced player with quality, good feet, and technical player, good crosses, and Chile is a young player with perhaps a lot of experience, but with good attributes to take the space and to bring in attack also. It's a good choice for me. Good possibility, two different options, and I think it's important for a team to have a different option. Of course, it's important to try to take the both in the good spirit, the good mentality, and, because it's a good competition. I think the squad also players need a competition between themselves. To give their best on the training session, to win their place, and I think it's great, and we have good opportunities with any position, and it's important and interesting for the squad.
From a manager's perspective, what can you achieve during an international break? Because you have a little longer with your players, but obviously so many of them are away. So what can you do to improve the squad during that time off?
Of course, it's always tough to train without our squad, our players. A lot of players were not available during 2 weeks, and but it's a good feeling to see them fit. Just we see with I said with Inacho. But it's important to they come back with a good fit, available for the team, and happy to come back in the squad. They have had I think good games, good performance for any player. I think it was important. And now they come back with good ambition, good concentration about all this important game for us, and it's a good thing. And for the other players staying, for example, in the training session, we can work with other young players. We can see different players, their abilities, or their attributes. It was a good also a good possibility for us, and all this give gave a good performance, good training session, a good intensity. It was great. It was nice. I think it was important. We tried to manage these 2 weeks the better possible. We will see.
In terms of the battle for 7th, it might be good enough for Europe. How important do you see European football in terms of both keeping your best players and attracting better ones for next season?
Donc l'importance de terminer 7e en championnat, parce qu'on peut se qualifier en Europe, mais ça pour attraire de nouveaux transferts, nouveaux joueurs et retenir les joueurs qui sont ici.
It's too early to speaking about transfer, about opportunity. If we have a open game to play, I think the first thing is to try to play for this position and to try to success until the end of the season. I said it will be a tough journey, but exciting and a very good challenge for us. We will see if it's possible, because Burnley play very well since the beginning of the season. It will be difficult to catch up this team, and other team like Everton come back and with the same points as us, and it will be very difficult. And before speaking about other thing, I think we have to push all the way, and we will see.
Just finally, a word on Brighton, and in particular, Glenn Murray's been in great form at the moment. How do you deal with a threat like him?
Glenn Murray, l'attaquant, bonne série de performances, il a marqué. Comment maîtriser un joueur comme lui?
Par rapport à Marais?
Glenn Murray.
With always, I think we needed to have a collective response about an opponent. We respect all the opponents. They have a good play. They have a good attributes, a good option, and good confidence. But I think we have also good defenders, good midfield, and also good attacking player. I'm confident on my squad to give their best against a good opponent, and time will tell if we can give the good response on Saturday.
Thanks, Claude.
Thank you. Matty James is tendon. He feels something, and we will see when he can come back.
Ankle.
The tendon.
Which
Le tendon.
Ici, le cheville.
Ankle
Tendon.
Yeah,
No,
heel
it's
tendon.
not an ankle. It's tendon.
Ouais, cheville. Ah ouais, ok.
No.
Yeah, heel. Achilles tendon d'Achilles, no?
I don't know the word.
Ouais.
Tendon d'Achille.
Yeah, Achilles tendon. Achille, ouais. Achille.
It's not the ankle.
No.
It's different.